Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me in this class to discover what is the mind-gut connection and how can you use it to heal and finally stop digestive symptoms. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome. Today's discussion is so important. If you are struggling with acid reflux, health anxiety, IBS, bloating, any kind of digestive issue, you need to understand the mind-gut connection, how it's impacting your symptoms, how it might be driving your symptoms. And today we're also going to talk about how to design your own gut healing protocol so you can get started on your gut healing journey. If you're new to me, my name is Molly. I'm a registered dietitian. So I have my clinical background in nutrition and my master's in nutrition science, but I also specialize in the integrative side of gut health. Through my own experience with IBS and GERD, I recovered from severe acid reflux and was able to wean off of my PPI and heal my gut naturally. So that really, prompted my research into the area of integrative gut health and why I specialize in helping others heal their gut and also their relationship with food. I also love food. I love chips and guac. That's probably one of my favorites. I love hiking, yoga. I teach yoga. I'm a registered yoga instructor. And I created FLORA, which is an integrative gut health app that is available for you to help, support your gut healing journey. And it has all of the tools you need to heal your mind-gut connection. So at the end of this, there is a gift for you. And I'll talk more about how to become part of the FLORA community at the end of this class. Here's what we'll be chatting about. So our class roadmap, what is the mind-gut connection? Why does it matter? And how does it cause digestive issues if our mind-gut connection is disrupted? We're going to talk about the nervous system. We'll talk about health anxiety and how that all coincides with the mind-gut connection. How can we heal both digestive issues and the mind-gut connection? This is super, super important. If you've tried every diet, you've tried all the supplements, but you're still struggling with digestive issues, it could be because the mind-gut connection is not being addressed. And we're going to talk about designing your own gut healing protocol. So be sure to grab a pen and paper because we'll be doing a little bit of journaling. So this is something I wish I understood when I was struggling with severe acid reflux. When I was struggling, I had no idea the impact of stress on my digestive system. I was removing all of the foods, taking all the supplements, feeling so lost and so anxious about my health. And this stress was actually making my symptoms so much worse, and I had no idea. So I started to do some research. And this is a piece of research that I saw throughout all of the research with stress and IBS, which is detailing how stress has both short-term and long-term effects on the functions of the GI tract. Stress can lead to IBS, IBD, which IBS is irritable bowel syndrome, also known as, bloating, constipation, diarrhea. IBD is inflammatory bowel disease, which is Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, and GERD, which is chronic acid reflux. Stress plays a role in every single one of these and can drive symptoms, and I'll explain why. But it's also well known in research that stress plays a role in pretty much every chronic health condition. So super, super important to, understand this connection and address it. Have you ever noticed in your own life that your digestive symptoms worsen with stress or anxiety? Maybe your digestive symptoms actually started after a very anxiety-provoking time in your life, or maybe after an infection that was very anxiety-provoking. And, this is not uncommon, this connection between our symptoms worsening and stress. Here's why. So if we are stressed, if we are living in fight or flight mode, which is that state of chronic stress, chronic anxiety, this has major impacts on digestion, which can cause acid reflux and digestive symptoms. So stress increases or decreases, depending on the person, stomach acid production. So it can significantly contribute to the way that we digest our food. If we don't have enough stomach acid, we can't digest our food. And then it'll sit there and ferment and produce acid and can lead to slow motility, constipation, acid reflux. On the flip side, if we have an increase in stomach acid production, this can also be really uncomfortable in terms of, ulcers, acid reflux, things like that. Constipation as well. So overall, when we are super stressed, our body is trying to protect us by sending our blood flow to our muscles, away from our digestion. So just in case we have to run away from a tiger or be ready for an emergency, our digestive system is not being prioritized. The blood flow is away from the digestive system to the muscles so we can run away from that tiger. And when we don't have that blood flow to the digestive system, this really impacts our ability to digest our food. So our motility, our digestion slows down, which can cause constipation, feeling like your food just isn't getting digested. Also, sometimes diarrhea, anxiety, it can go the other way in causing all of our food to just move quickly through us because we don't want to bother with digestion if we're in a stressed environment, if we're in an emergency, which our body thinks we're in an emergency. So super important. And then also intestinal permeability, which is the ability of our digestive system to keep our contents of our food and our digestive system inside of our GI tract. This is also called leaky gut. And so when we're super stressed, it impairs the permeability, meaning sometimes the tight junctions, the cells in our gut can become loose and things can escape, and that can lead to autoimmune conditions. So really important to manage the stress, and we're going to talk about exactly how you can do that to start healing your gut. Another thing I want to talk about is health anxiety. This often doesn't get talked about with digestive systems, but it is symptoms, but it is so important and so common in those of us with IBS, acid reflux. And let me talk about, some signs of health anxiety. If you ever feel like you excessively Google your symptoms, if you feel very anxious about your symptoms, a sense of hyper-awareness of your body, if you feel a symptom and feel very anxious, or, hyper-awareness, hypervigilance means any sensation in the body you are very aware of and, concerned, and can be very anxiety provoking. And also thinking worst case scenario about our health is a symptom of health anxiety. So thinking, I'm going to have health issues forever. I might never get better. This might be leading to other issues like cancer, things like this. This can really wreak havoc on our mental health. I have totally been there myself. And the reason why I created FLORA, my integrative gut health app, is because there's nothing to address this health anxiety side that is also worsening our symptoms. So you can see this cycle of, getting the digestive symptoms, anxiety, and the anxiety causing digestive symptoms further. So it's this very vicious cycle that I would love to address with you in this course. So I'm so glad you're here. On the flip side of this, you may have heard about the mind-gut connection in terms of how our gut can impact our mind. And this is a really important thing. So if we have gut imbalance, meaning that we have higher levels of bacteria that may be, not as helpful, or if we don't have a diet that's optimized for gut health, gut imbalance can cause anxiety. It can contribute to brain fog. Certain bacteria strains have been linked to higher levels of depression, and gut bacteria also secrete things called postbiotics. So postbiotics is what the bacteria release in our gut. And these can impact our mental health, our cognitive function, and also cravings, which is very fascinating. Our gut microbiome is also impacting the food we crave. So very interesting. All of this is, well researched, and we're finding out more and more about the gut microbiome every day because it's just absolutely fascinating. We actually have more bacteria cells in our body than human cells. And so we have to really take care of this gut-brain connection because the gut is the center of our health. It impacts our mental health, our skin health, our immune health. And so that is what we'll be talking about today. How can we support the gut and the mind to, support optimal wellness? In order to live with freedom and overcome digestive symptoms, we have to heal both the mind and the gut and address this connection. So how do we do that? Nourishing the nervous system and the gut is how we start to repair the mind-gut connection. Nutritionally, there's so many tools on FLORA in terms of how to, support your digestive health, but in general, adequate nutrition. So we really want to make sure that we are supporting our body with balanced meals, including a diversity of foods, because our gut, we want a diverse microbiome with lots of different types of microbes. The only way to do that is to give our gut a variety of prebiotic foods, so a variety of plant foods, as many different types of plants as you possibly can. But also, we need to make sure we're getting just baseline enough nutrition. If we don't eat enough, our GI motility slows down. That can cause constipation, acid reflux. Undereating is a big root cause of acid reflux and IBS. We can also nourish our gut and our mind-gut connection with movement. So exercise and movement has been shown to improve the composition of the gut microbiome. And yoga is actually researched as an effective treatment for IBS, as effective as medications. Some medications for long-term reduction in IBS symptoms, which is absolutely fascinating that, you can start healing your gut without even changing your diet. You can start with meditation and yoga. Specifically, though, you want to do gut-directed meditation because, there's so many types of meditation. If you tried meditation in the past and it hasn't worked for you or hasn't really resonated with you, it's so important to do, one that is tailored to you. So the meditations on FLORA are gut-directed, meaning they are for people with acid reflux and IBS to calm and connect the mind-gut connection and really repair that connection and heal the nervous system. Also so important in your healing journey. I also want to emphasize that your digestion loves routine and consistency, meaning, consistency with your nutrition, consistency with your movement and your daily mindfulness practices, whether that's mindful eating, meditation. Adding in small daily habits can make a very big impact on your health. Small habits, maybe five deep breaths before a meal, 5 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of yoga. All of these tools can make a really, really big impact. And they may sound small, but when you put them together and you're consistent, your gut will respond. And your mind-gut connection will begin to repair, which is key for healing. Let's dive in to creating your gut healing protocol. Now that you understand how the gut and the brain are connected, how stress impacts our digestive system, let's dive in and talk about how you're going to create your gut healing protocol and start healing today. So grab that pen and paper or a note in your phone, and I want to go through a few journaling questions just to get the juices flowing. What is your biggest obstacle in prioritizing your health and healing? Is it time? Is your schedule so jam-packed that you don't know how to fit in, healing modalities or how to start healing? Maybe it's knowledge. You don't know what to eat. You go to the grocery store and you have no idea what to pick out or how to even build a balanced meal. Maybe it's overwhelm. Maybe you want support. Maybe it's feeling very alone in this journey and you want that accountability. You want support. So thinking about this in your own life, what is your biggest obstacle? Maybe it's financial. Maybe, you want to work with a registered dietitian, but it's so expensive. So keeping in mind these things, because our next question is, and if you need to pause the video to think more, please do so. But I'll move on to the next question, which is, what is one step you can take to overcome this obstacle? So let's say if time is your obstacle, maybe it's getting up 20 minutes earlier to get in that 10-minute meditation and start repairing the gut and calming that gut inflammation. If it's maybe it's a super jam-packed schedule, maybe it's scheduling it into your Google Calendar, that 30-minute lunch break, making sure that you're taking time to eat. If it is accountability, maybe it's, FLORA is there for you, and I'll talk more about that in terms of accountability, but you can also involve your friends. Let your friends and family know what you're going through and how you're helping yourself heal. Maybe finding other ways to enjoy friends and family, like scheduling walks with them, things that don't involve food. If that's a pain point right now, you can, schedule a yoga class with them or something like that. Or even, have a book club, something like that, making sure you're doing your community support. And if you need to pause the video, please feel free, but I'm going to move on to the next question. I want you to think about now, where in your day do you have an extra 5 to 10 minutes to commit to your health, to commit to mindfulness? Maybe it'll be in the morning, creating a morning routine, or maybe it's right before bed, or maybe a lunch break. Thinking about, where do you have 5 to 10 minutes of mindfulness? 5 to 10 minutes to commit to your healing and take the next step. And I want to really emphasize this. You can start healing your gut in just 10 minutes a day. You don't need a lot of time to start really repairing the mind-gut connection. Like I said, small steps. Consistency is key in repairing the mind-gut connection. And so we all have 10 minutes in our day. Thinking about the time we spend on social media even, there is so much time that we spend that could be used to redirect our energy into some of these healing modalities. I'll give some examples. First, I just want to talk about, some tips for getting started when you're implementing your gut healing routine. And what I mean by the gut healing routine is your healing protocol, where you're going to schedule in these healing modalities into your day and how to really integrate it into your life. Some tips for getting started. So start small. And start with, the most appealing tools for you. Maybe it's you really want to start with a yoga class in your day, getting the body moving, connecting with the mind and the gut. And so starting small, maybe it's a 10-minute yoga class. Maybe you really want to commit to a better nutrition, better meal prep schedule. So starting with, just prepping breakfast, starting with one meal. And there's tons of recipes on FLORA in terms of easy prep ahead breakfasts that are acid reflux friendly. Thinking about where you can schedule this into your day. So really making this a non-negotiable. So thinking, if you want to start with your meditation in the morning, which I highly recommend, making this a non-negotiable. So thinking, I brush my teeth and then I meditate for 5 minutes. Adding that into your day just as you would with any routine like brushing your teeth. Use visual reminders. So it could be, a note to yourself to prioritize your nutrition, like eat breakfast, leaving your sneakers out by the door to remind yourself to go on that morning walk, keeping your meditation pillow near your bed so you remember to go do your meditation. And remembering your why. So remember why this is important. So remember what we talked about in terms of how our gut is connected to our brain and how these tools are helpful for connecting and repairing the nervous system. So remembering why you're using these tools is extremely helpful for committing to your routine. Couple examples of a morning routine. If a morning routine sounds like something that you want to incorporate for your gut healing practice, these morning routines take about 30 minutes. So, waking up, brushing teeth, doing a 10-minute gut-directed meditation. On FLORA, there are tons, which I'll talk about a little bit soon, and then moving on to a nourishing breakfast, which is, could take about 15 minutes. And really chewing your food, sitting down for breakfast, allowing time in the morning to connect to yourself, nourish your body, have a morning bowel movement. We have to take the time for these things for them to happen, and you will see results, being consistent with these practices. Another example could be, waking up, doing some sort of movement, whether it's a walk or a yoga class, and then taking your prep ahead breakfast with you to work. So that way you're getting in your movement, you're getting in your mind-gut connection, and then you're taking your nourishing breakfast to eat at work or to class. These are my banana bread muffins, which are in the recipe section of FLORA. So thinking back to the recommendations of nutrition, getting in enough nutrition, balanced meals, and getting a variety of foods, but also supporting our gut-brain connection with, connecting with friends, meditation, yoga. All of these tools are so important, and thinking about what is one step that you can take this week, just one. I'm so excited to share with you FLORA, which is a gut health app that you can download now that can help you support this gut healing journey. You will be fully supported throughout your journey as a FLORA member. In terms of benefits of FLORA, so we're talking about optimizing your gut health and overall well-being. This is so important. We already mentioned how the gut is the center of our health, our skin health, and our immune health. So when you use the tools of FLORA, learning nutrition, learning meditation, learning lifestyle practices, all of this supports your gut health so you can feel your best and stop digestive symptoms. There's also ways to optimize your sleep quality, which is also a keystone of our health. And this also supports our healing and our gut. Decreasing anxiety and stress around symptoms in food is a big benefit of using the FLORA app. So I know firsthand how challenging it can be to feel like you have no idea what to eat and feel so anxious about food. And so the tools on FLORA address this and help to support your nutrition. The FLORA community is extremely helpful in terms of connecting with other people and me. So you can always ask me questions and I answer them live in our weekly Q&A. There's weekly live streams with yoga, meditation, nutrition every week. So you're fully supported. Healing chronic digestive symptoms like IBS and acid reflux. This is the only app that I'm aware of that really combines the mind-gut connection and nutrition for people with acid reflux and IBS so that you can finally heal and live with freedom. So you can download the app and explore for free. There's also a deeper video or a more in-depth video on how to create your healing protocol with a handout, a PDF that you can write in and design your own gut healing protocol a little bit further in terms of, how you're going to implement the tools of FLORA into your own life. So you can watch that video for free. There are also free meditations and a free welcome video that you can check out. Inside FLORA, you'll see the on-demand library. There's playlists for acid reflux, gut-directed meditations, all of these things to help you, stop symptoms and connect the mind and gut with yoga, meditation, really quick 5 to 10 minute resets if you have a busy schedule, as well as community forums and places to share recipes, connect with others. And I always keep these forums super safe. Any symptom-related questions are directed towards me. So these forums are positive, safe, and uplifting. I also mentioned our weekly live sessions to help you feel supported throughout your entire healing journey and connected to the FLORA community. In terms of starting today, there is a 7-day free trial that I'm offering. So you can try it out, see how it works in your own life, and really try out your gut healing protocol for free. I also have a code 10% off with the code FREEDOM that you can try out if you'd like to try for a month or a few months. This is the pricing of FLORA. It's $22 a month and $210 for a year, saving 20% on an annual membership. And like I mentioned, it can be extremely expensive to see a registered dietitian, especially one that specializes in gut health and integrative health. And so I really wanted to design FLORA so that you have tools that you would have had access to in a one-on-one session with me, but now you have them at your fingertips on the FLORA app. Your gut healing journey begins here, and I'm so excited to welcome you as a FLORA member. It is such a special community, and I'm so looking forward to seeing you in class on the weekly live streams. If you have any questions at all, my email is here. This is my personal email, me@mollypelletier.com. You can check out more about FLORA on our website, mollypelletier.com. And I am so looking forward to connecting with you. Please feel free to send me an email with any questions, comments, thoughts. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on FLORA.